Hey guys, Doyle again. Welcome back to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Unboxing. It has been a while since we've been back, and I'm happy to say that there's a good reason for it. We're coming back today with a absolutely fantastic set, Age of Overlord, which just released today. Super excited for this set. We actually picked up a case today, but for these episodes, we're going to do two episodes, two parts. We're going to be opening 4 boxes each, and we're going to be going by the levels of our case. The last 4 boxes I'm actually going to be opening off stream with a friend, but good news for you guys, when all's said and done, we're actually going to put together a summary that is the master set of everything we pulled. We'll take a look at our case, do a little bit of analysis, talk about how we did, and next steps, and most importantly, see how things go with Age of Overlord. This is an incredible set, and I cannot wait to jump into it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in, starting episode 1, box number 1. Let's do it. So, getting things kicked off today for our first 4 boxes, let's go ahead and jump into our first box, box number 1 for Age of Overlord. This is an absolutely incredible set, tons of very competitively relevant cards tucked away in here. Quarter century rarities hopefully abound, hoping to see some of those today. Really excited for some of the new archetypes introduced in this set. Really excited for some of the new staple cards. So let's not waste any more time and let's go ahead and jump in. I'm super excited for Age of Overlord. Let's kick things off with a beautiful pack number 1. First off, we have, the new Earthbound Immortal support, Geo Gremlin. I gotta say, I was a bigger fan of the original name of this card, or the OCG translation. It was just Geo Gremlin. I get a kick out of that one. It's funny. My dad actually owns a car called a Gremlin, so I always thought it was neat. Play of Testina, Soul Supreme Celestial King, Lilla Rap, some not quite live twin support. Oh, and Baphomet, the Mythical King of Phantom Beast for our first super rare. This is the new Chimera support stuff. Very cool new addition to the archetype, and certainly kind of helps improve Branded a little bit. I know Branded can do some crazy stuff now. We have IAS, Alpha Summon, Concord de Cuisine, Culinary Confrontation, and Sharv Sarga to wrap things off. So we got our first super rare there. Let's jump over to pack number 2. We have Miracles of the Supreme King, Tarai. Really funny. This one's literally just drop a pot on a card to destroy. Very funny lore on that one. Stars Align, Above the Shrine. Very nice word flow there. Pendulum Evolution. And we have Nephalibis, the Ogdoadic Overlord. New Ogdoadic support, or Ogdoadic, I think. Forget how the pronunciation of that goes. But in any case, very cool looking card. Absolutely awesome. Sweet Roommate, that's a new name. If a card sent from hand or deck to the graveyard, target card, neither graveyard shuffled into the deck. Interesting disruption card. Very generic. I'm not sure how good that is, but I mean, that technically could be relevant, I suppose. It's like a quick play version of DD Crow with, I guess, a condition tied to it, so might not be super great. On to pack number 3, Master Tau the Chanter. I think that's actually a retrain card. Scapegoat. Oh, that's cute. Look at that. Starring Knight, excuse me. Shino Baron, Shade Peacock. And our first ultra rare of the day, Infernal Flame Banshee. This is actually a generic Pyro Searcher. Very cool. It does seem like they're slowly trickling out a lot of these for just specific monster types, and I think that's a cool addition. I love the card. Very orange. Very, very... Be very hard-pressed not to tell that that was a fire-related card. That's absolutely awesome. Angelica's Angelic Ring for the, that's new support for the Infernal Knights, and a card you know we are happy to see, Vanquish Soul Snow Devil. This is the new, one of the new support cards, new additions for the Vanquish Soul archetype. Lets us basically summon a monster from hand during our opponent's turn, or on our turn if it comes back around to it, do a bunch of burn damage, make all of our monsters indestructible by card effects, and then destroy the board, depending on how many monsters, Dark Earth and Fire, you reveal. Really cool card. I think this is a very interesting one of searchable for Vanquish Soul now, so we'll set that one aside for me. We also have Gaia Prominence, the Fierce Force. Love how they're still supporting Gaia. It's very cool. And Loka Samsara, the more Visas lore. We just can't get enough. So pack number 4. Kind of popped out. We have Willa Wrap, Miracles of the Supreme King, Geo Gremlin, Simple Spoils of Doom, Recilia, or just Celia. Maybe the R is silent. Very cool card art. Really like that one. Wings of Light. The Searcher for the Supreme King stuff. This is new Pendulum support. Very cool. That actually looks really nice. Sweet Rume, Concordia Cuisine, Return of the Tistina. Lots of common Tistina support stuff. Very interesting. And Walk Kingdom. New Watt support. Yeah, Tistina's a super cool archetype. It does feel like it's a little bit all over the place and almost like it just needs, it almost might need a full third wave of support to really kind of get its identity down beyond just being that deck that banishes things face down. Some of the cards don't really synergize very well with the archetype. Okay, on to pack number 5. We have Pit Knight Philly, new addition to the Pit Knight archetype. I guess it's technically an archetype now that we have 2 different cards in it, but they're basically just generic extra deck monsters that have cool effects based on what they're pointing to, and it seems like Philly's more pushing towards kind of OTK territory. And we have Ken, the Warrior Dragon. This is part of a new engine that's coming out in Age of Overlord. Just a common basic card engine of 2 warriors, Ken and Gen, I believe. Absolutely great normal summon for Dark World. Forces you to discard a card and draw a card, and makes your opponent discard a card. So you get hand loop and trigger Dark World effects. Very cool new engine. Discordance of the Tistina. What Kyuki? Oh, that's an interesting translation. I thought this was what? Not Unicorn, because I think we already had Unicorn, but I think there was another name for this in the original translation. That's kind of an interesting carryover. And Veda Calarcanum. This card, in my personal opinion, if this is the card I'm thinking it sure is not okay. This is a turn skip card that's part of the new Visas lore support. It's I think technically supposed to fit in Vanadium because basically it gets you can banish 12 cards from hand, field, or graveyard face down. It becomes the end phase of the turn. Once per turn, when your opponent specials a monster from the extra deck. So it's like if you're able to cycle a whole bunch of stuff into your graveyard over the course of the turn by destroying it, so like going through a big Vanadium combo, you can theoretically set up a turn skip for your opponent. I'm not a big fan of that one. I don't really like turn skips. TG Close, new TG support. Shino Baroness Shade Peacock, Alpha Summon, and Origami Goddess. Very cute little card to wrap us off there. Over to pack number 6, I believe. We have Nemlaria Repeteur, Master Tau, Tarai, Starring Knight, and our very first secret rare. She's here, SP Little Knight. This is absolutely a card that I was looking to see, and that gets me so hyped for this unboxing. It's unreal. So, for those of you who haven't had a chance to see this card yet or hear about it, this is arguably one of, technically, some people are saying this might even be the strongest card ever printed. Essentially, it's a generic extra deck monster, only takes 2 effect monsters to summon it, which basically any deck can do. Doing so, you can set up a banish on summon if you use another monster from the extra deck, and it sets up a quick effect that whenever your opponent activates any type of card, can banish itself or any card on your side of the field and a card on your opponent's side of the field as well, and they return at the end phase. This card effectively represents multiple disruptions by itself. It's a great pairing with IP Masquerena because then you can quick link on your opponent's turn and banish a card immediately, and if they try to disrupt it with like a Imperm or something like that, you can chain its own effect to stop itself from being negated, and get a second banish off of it. Absolutely crazy card. I think this is one of the coolest additions to the game, and certainly one of, if not the finest addition to the game from Age of Overlord. Absolutely awesome card. That's one for the long-term collection for sure. Very nice. And speaking of things that are very nice, we now have our completed engine for Ken and Gen here. This is Gen the Diamond Tire, the other part of our Dark World discard normal summon. We have red arrows, target up to 2 monsters in the extra monster zones, banish them till the end phase. Really cool little niche disruption card there. Rose Papillon, and Sharp Sarga to round things off. Really, really awesome pickup, guys. That's a great start to this unboxing. Let's see what else we can track down here. Over to pack number 7. And yes, we absolutely will be sleeving up our cards here. There's no question about that. Got Watt Tuna, some of the new Watt support there. Full Armored Xyz. This is actually part of a really cool engine as well for ranking up. I think it goes rank 4 and rank 6 Xyz, and you can search this card and do a rank up on your opponent's turn as well. It's a really cool little mini rank up engine that's generic and can fit in a lot of decks that are able to Xyz summon. Next we have Supreme King Dragon Lightworm, the new Pendulum support, the new Supreme King support. You know, that card's part of it, and definitely a very important combo piece. And then we have Embrace of the Testina. Man, some of the Testina cards are so cool, dude. They really went all out on some of the art for these. Next we have Xyz and Trust, Realm Eulogy, and more Visas support, Ogdotic Daybreak, and Fallen of the Testina. Very cool to round things off. We're on to pack number, I want to say 7 here? 8, 9, 10. No, we're on pack number 8 here. Pack number 8, we have Watt Psychic Fighting Porter. Very cool name there. That's the one that lets you special 2 level 3 or lower lights from hand. It's kind of a neat card. Pendulum Evolution, more Pendulum and Supreme King support. The Scapegoat, Cursed Bride Doll. That's a spellcaster surprise. That's not a zombie. Draw this card, reveal it, special it. If there are more cards in your deck, your opponent's card gains attack. During the end phase of his Settler's turn, place it on top of the deck. Don't think that card's very good. Interesting that it's a free special summon tuner, potentially. Okay, and another one of the new cards we are absolutely looking for here today. We have Kebesanov, Protection of Horus. This is, it's actually interesting to see it's in a super rare. This is part of the new Horus archetype. I don't think this is the best one, or even arguably the second best one. Don't see this one played in a lot of decks, but essentially all the Horus cards are free level 8 bodies from the graveyard that you get there using King Sarcophagus, and just help you extend into generic Xyz plays. Some of them have interesting effects. This one actually makes it so your opponent can't target your Horus monsters for attacks or card effects. Not particularly relevant, but I do find it interesting that for me personally, it's an Earth monster, and you know what deck plays Earth monsters? Yeah, fun fact. So the best monster, I believe it's Imseti, is a dark monster, and I've been kind of cooking up a little bit of stuff with a deck that specifically uses dark and earths, and here's a hint, it uses one more attribute as well. It's fires, so we'll see about that one in the future maybe, but for now, very cool addition. Then we have Card Scanner, UFO Light, IAS, and Immortal Bushi Mourns the Mortal Body. To round things off there. We have on to pack number 9. Asset Mountus, very funny card. I think there's several puns here, and I didn't really care to put in the effort to understanding all of them here, but I do find it cool that he's basically just a giant praying mantis guy sitting on a mountain of gold bars. Pretty funny. Play of the Testina, Transcendentsaurus Exoraptor, Soul of the Supreme Celestial King, and our flagship monster for the set, actually. We have Odd Eyes Arc Ray Dragon for our other ultra rare here. Very cool card. 13 scales, pendulum scales, by the way. And this is one that needs the 4 dragon monsters to summon that really, really cool boss monster for Zark. Not that Zark wasn't already a boss monster, or maybe I should say Supreme King, because Zark's part of it. It's essentially the same thing, but yeah, really, really cool flagship monster there. And then we have Startling Stare of the Snake Eyes. More Snake Eye support. I think that's a really cool engine that's come out of Age of Overlord here. Rose Papillon, Fallen of the Testina, and Xyz and Trust. On to pack number 10. That should be it, I think, for the big hollows on this side. So we'll quickly kind of work through the rest here. Starring Knight, Stars Align above the shrine, a scapegoat to score into the Testina. Snake Eye Birch. Oh, we actually have super rares of the Snake Eyes. Okay, this is the level 1 fire that can freely special itself, which is pretty nice. Yeah, the Snake Eyes are a really interesting art type. I love the art on it. They're very almost disconcerting in a way, but really, really intense and really interesting. I know a lot of the pieces of Snake Eye are part of a very big engine that we're probably going to be seeing a lot of in the coming months with our newest waifu edition, who hopefully we will be running into quite a bit today. But on to pack number 11, Geo Gremlin, Tarai, Shinobaron Shade Peacock, Play of the Testina, another Realm Elegy for our, not Visas, our Veda monsters, but still Visas. Loki Samsara, Walk Kingdom, Return of the Testina, and TG Close. Our last pack, pack number 12, is Soul of the Supreme Celestial King, Watuna, Nimlari Repeteer, Master Telechanter, TG Mighty Striker. Oh, only as a super rare. That's kind of surprising. I'm interested to see this card in such low rarity. Very surprising. Okay, cool, awesome. I mean, I'm not super interested in TGs myself, but I know some of the new support here for them is absolutely crazy. So, very cool. Concordia Cuisine, Gaia Prominence, Angelica's Angelic Ring, and Shinobaroness Shade Peacock. To round things off for our first 12 packs of box 1, let's hop over to the left side for our next 12 packs. All right, and over to our next 12 packs for box number 1. Let's jump right in and get to it here, starting with pack number 1. We have Pit Knight Philly, Full Armored Xyz, Supreme King Dragon Lightworm, Pendulum Evolution, TG All Clear, another new addition to the TG support. Now there's Snow Devil, we set that one aside, gotta make sure we have a playset of that on hand. Realm Eulogy, Card Scanner, Noctotic, Daybreak. For that. Over to pack number 2. Lilla Rap, Wakuki, Miracle of the Supreme King, Asset Mountus, and Poissonnier de Nouvelle. New addition to the Nouvelle support. This card's so funny. This is one of the ones that like summons to your opponent's field and sets up your cards and also puts a monster in attack position so all your Nouvelle can use their effects. Really, really funny card design. I love how they set up that archetype. Sharp Sarga, Alpha Summon, IAS, and Startling Stare of the Snake Eyes. To round things off for that. Pack number 3. Whoop, gotta be careful here. I think we might be getting into higher rarity territory, and this one is not one to open up. There we go. Okay, and we have What Psychic Fighting Porter, Transcendosaurus, Exoraptor, Cursed Bride Doll, Simple Spoils of Doom, and Super Star Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis. It is Typhon, right? I mean, it's Typhoon has 2 O's, so this card is another one of our incredible additions courtesy of Age of Overlord. Man, first box we got SP Little Knight and Typhon. I don't think you can really get much better than that. That's insane. So for those of you who don't know, this is basically our newest addition to the, I guess Zeus is now an extra deck archetype since there's now 2 cards like it. This card's functions as a bit of a mini Zeus, but the good news is you can summon it with any monster. It just has to be summoned on your monster of the highest attack. On the turn of or the turn after your opponent summon a monster from the extra deck, it skill drains all monsters with 3,000 or more attack, which, cheeky, it has 2,900 itself, and then can compulse a monster. So you can basically board break any time with one card. It does effectively end your turn after that, but because you can't special summon or normal summon, actually. Wow, it is a very harsh restriction once it hits the board, but basically this gives every single deck in the game just one more layer of push to break through challenging boards. And I'll tell you right now, decks like, say, I don't know, Vanquish Soul, for example, just any chance you can to play through multiple disruptions and then finally get rid of the problem stuff. If you can get your advantage engine going, you're golden. So I love this card. I think it's really cool design, both artistically and just as in terms of the game. And both this card and SP Little Knight are going to be fine additions to the competitive landscape. So super happy to see that, and even more happy to see you both in our first box. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, on to the rest of the packs here. So again, Red Arrows, Angelica, and Card Scanner. Probably going to start just quickly moving through the commons here, since I think we've pretty much seen everything at this point, barring any new challengers here. We have Ken, Tarai, Lilirap, Pit Knight Philly, Snake Eye Oak, that's a new super rare. So it looks like the main parts of the Snake Eye archetype are all supers, which is really cool because, again, they do have very interesting art. Rose Papillon, UFO Light, Walk Kingdom, Sharv Sarga. Pack number 5 here. Pendulum Evolution, Soul of the Supreme Celestial King, Escapegoat, Watuna, Starry Dragon Circle, very nice, very cool. Sweet Roommate, Loka Samsara, Concorda Cuisine, and Red Arrows. Pack number 6 here. We have Cursed Bride Doll, Ken the Warrior Dragon, Transcendosaurus, Discordance of the Testina, and there she is, as a matter of fact, Diabellstar the Black Witch. Wow, that card looks awesome. I gotta say, they knocked it out of the park with the secret rares in this set. They're absolutely beautiful. Is this the most cracked box of all time? We got SP Little Knight, Diabellstar, and Typhon in one box. And we still have an ultra rare left, dude. I will have to see what that is. But yeah, absolutely phenomenal card. Big part of a new engine that can fit into a lot of decks. It's actually being used in Rescue Ace to kind of kick off your searching your Hydrant, actually, which happens to be a fire level 1 that the engine can search. So really cool card, very beautiful, love it. Happy to see that alongside all of our other awesome cards in box number 1. Quickly wrap things up here. Alpha Summon, Exceeds and Trust, IAS, and Vanquish Soul Snow Devil for our full playset completed. On to pack number 7 here. I'll quickly try to wrap things up here because there shouldn't be too much crazy left for us. We have Geo Gremlin, Wakuki, Asset Mountus, Nimlaria Repeteer, Seed Spitting Saplings. I'm going to say it, guys, I don't like this card. This card kind of creeps me out. We just got to put that there and move on. Realm Eulogy, the Immortal Bushi mourns the mortal body, Fallen Testina, and Ogdotic Daybreak. Is it Ogdotic or Autoatic? Comment. Let me know in the comments down below. I think it's, I mean, if you're simplifying, I think it's Ogdotic, but I think it is technically Ogdoatic, which is one too many syllables for me. Anyway, Full Armored Exceeds, Stars Align Above the Shrine, Starring Night, Play of the Testina, and Switch Point. This is actually a really cool generic trap that I was kind of eyeing up for certain decks, maybe even Lab potentially. It's really weird. You basically give your opponent the rail car problem, make them either pick to send a monster you choose to the grave or all other monsters they control to the grave. So really kind of interesting dilemma you give them. I don't know if it's particularly good, but it's interesting. Starling Stare, the Snake Eye, Origami Goddess, Return of the Testina, and Gaia Prominence to round things off there. So we got pack number 9 here. We have Simple Spoils of Doom, Supreme King Dragon Lightworm, Master Tau, Watt, Psychic Fighting Porter, and Tainted of the Tistina to round off our high rarities for this box. Another addition, this is actually a level 5 Tistina. Tribute summon it by tributing a face-down monster your opponent controls. Interesting! So this is one way to kind of get advantage off of their board-breaking capabilities. And it becomes level 10. And if it's sent to graveyard, you can make a second attack. Turn him to see, make a... Oh, okay, I mean, that's a way to turn your big guy into a OTK, I guess. Kind of... Don't know how super great that is, but being able to tribute your opponent's face-downs is very interesting. Shadow Baron, Shade Peacock, TG Close, Gen, and Card Scanner, and that should be just about everything that should be super interesting here for our first box. So let's quickly get through our last 3 packs. Miracle the Supreme King, Shadow Baron, Shade Peacock, Repeteer, Cursed Bride Doll, Synchro Rumble. New support, I think that's for Hot Red King. UFO Light, Red Arrows, Realm Eulogy. Pack number 11. Supreme King Dragon Lightworm, Philly, Discordant, SWAT Psychic Fighting Porter, and Exceed the Pendulum is actually a super rare in this set. Okay, nice, awesome. Pendulum players, eat your heart out. Easy access to this one, and that's I know that's a big addition to the deck. That's Pendulum Summon 2, right? You can do a second Pendulum Summon, I think, with this one. It's not technically a Pendulum Summon, but it's essentially a miniature Pendulum Summon. That really cool card there, and I know Pendulum players are happy for that support. Return of the Tistina, Origami Goddess, Starling Stare, and Rose Papillon. And over to our last pack. Pack number 12 is... get you out of there. We have Full Armored Xyz, Shadow Baron, Shade Peacock, Asset Mountus, Watuna, and Happy Guidance of Horus to round things off. And that actually is the card that tends to see secondary play when people are running the smaller version of the Horus engine in their decks. It's the only one that could potentially have a effect. It lets you target cards banished in the grave and either add them to the hand or shuffle them in the deck, and that's I mean, it's a great way to recur resources if you need it. So technically, if it's gonna come up, this one seems like people have kind of determined is basically the best one. But really happy to see it because we're gonna need all those names for sure. Shade Peacock, Walk Kingdom, Locus Samsara, and another Snow Devil to round things off. So awesome. What a fantastic first box here, guys. I'm so excited to see where the rest of our unboxing goes today. Let's keep the momentum going and move over to box number 2. All right, and moving on over to box number 2, we're going to try to start powering through these now that we've seen, I think, basically every common in the set for sure. And at this point, I'm not actually sure how many other supers there are that we haven't encountered either. So let's start getting into the good stuff on box number 2, starting as always, 12 packs on the right side. Let's go ahead and jump right into it with pack number 1. Yeah, Pendulum Evolution, Master Tau, Scapegoat, Stirring Night, Xyz Armor Fortress. Okay, we did have some other supers here. This is part of that engine, that generic Xyz rank up engine that we were talking about earlier. Very cool card. Gives interesting options to certain decks to be able to leverage rank up tools and get some free disruption off of monsters. Kind of neat. Kind of a very cool addition. I've actually seen it in some competitive decks as well, so really cool. Pack number 2, we have Canopic Protector. Oh yes, that's right. Okay, well, shut my mouth. We immediately got 2 new super rares here, but this is a support card for Horus that I'm pretty sure doesn't see play, but I mean, looks pretty awesome, so we'll take it. Pack number 3, and we have King Sarcophagus. Okay, starting off strong. We absolutely have to have lots of this guy for our Horus engine. This is the main engine card of the deck that you want to search off of Imseti and use it to bin all of your Horus monsters and then freely reborn them up to 4 times per turn. 4 times per turn. Very cool. But yeah, King Sarcophagus, absolutely awesome. Love that card. Very interesting design as well for a monster-based advantage engine, I guess you could call it. And people are really underestimating, by the way, how good Horus is in the grind game. That's one thing I always find interesting about those decks, is that they can just keep spitting out monsters over and over and over every turn. So really cool. On to pack number 4 here. We have Snake Eye Birch again. Nothing too crazy there. Pack number 5. One that didn't quite want to go the way we normally have it. There we go. We have Fire Recovery. Yep, okay, so we've actually just gotten like 3 new super rares immediately. Shut my mouth. But this is more fire support stuff. I know they're really going like the extra mile on that with some of the new support cards here. They're very good. This is just a free Monster Reborn. It looks like that can also give you card draw. Like, some of these cards are awesome. Pack number 6. Do we have anything exciting here? Really interested to see what we have going on. Looks like we have Arius the Labyrinth Butler, another absolutely phenomenal looking secret rare. Love that card. And this is I think a mandatory play. I don't know how many copies of it you play in Lab, but it's absolutely strong. I think a friend of mine said that this card literally couldn't exist in the game with Eradicator, and well, guess what? Didn't get hit on the ban list. So really interested to see actually just how strong Lab is this format, because this is another card that actually lets us, well, I mean, gives us a free body for sure. And it also lets us set a normal trap from our hand, which can be activated this turn. Very, very interesting. We'll see. Surely nothing bad could go wrong there. Surely Labyrinth can be trusted with being able to activate more cards the turn they set them, more traps the turn they set them, right there? But I love the card, love the art, very beautiful secret rare, and super happy to see it. Let's go ahead on to pack number 7 here. Centasaurus, Xyz Armor Torpedo. Okay, there's the other part of the so that entire engine appears to be super rares. That's super sick. Awesome. Yeah, you can rank up your 3s, your 6s, your 4s. You can turn any XE into any XE you could ever possibly want now. Go to pack number 8. We have Veda Calarcanum. Pack number 9. We have TG Over Dragoner. That's another one of the new TG support cards there. This is the one that lets you special any number from grave. So basically just a soul charge for TG. I'm pretty sure if you're going against TG, you do not want this card to resolve. But super sick card and absolutely fantastic new support there for that deck. I mean, that deck was already a hard combo deck to begin with, so giving them access to even more monsters is going to... they have I think their Mega Boss monster is like a non-once per... or no, it is a once per turn, but it's not a hard once per turn. It's once per copy Omni Negate, which is super strong. Snake Eye Oak for a super rare there. Here's pack number 11. Ooh, what do we have going on here? This is a heavy pack. Night Philly, Full Armor Xyz. Oh, Xyz Armor Fortress. Okay, we got another one of those there. I got excited for a moment. The pack felt different in my hand there. I was wondering if there might have been a extra special surprise in that one, but that's okay. Go ahead and wrap things up on the right side here for box 2 with pack number 12, and we have another Kabesanif, another Horus card. So going very strong on this side too as well. Really happy to see both Arius and King Sarcophagus on that. Let's go see what we can find on the left side. And onto the left side for box number 2. Let's go ahead and jump in with our first pack. It looks like we have a quarter century rare Vanadium Trilosukta. Whoa, that is quite a surprise out of the gate. Let's go ahead. I'm not afraid to play it safe there. Let's go ahead and sleeve you up right away here, nice and careful. Absolutely beautiful card. Wow, you can barely even see the name. There we go. I'm catching a little bit of that. Wow, that card is gorgeous. And we haven't even seen this yet. I think this one might be an ultra rare, but I mean, that's a pretty nice looking card. Wow. I wish I was more interested in Vanadium right now, because this is gorgeous. Wow, that's one for the top loader there for sure. We'll set that one aside nice and carefully there, and we're good to go. We are starting off very strong here with our second box. I can't believe that was in our first pack for the second side here for box 2. I had to take a moment there to compose myself and also reread. It's Vanadium Trisukta is the localization for this one. That definitely is a change from its OCG translation, but absolutely gorgeous card. We certainly keep that one in the double protector for now. But let's go ahead and move on to pack number 2, which I imagine will be a fair bit less exciting than that. That was a incredible surprise here. Yeah, so we have TG Mighty Striker. Yeah, I was confused for a moment. I didn't have a pile to start with on my super rares. Another big bonus for us there. I think card slot by card slot, if my memory is correct, how things have been going so far in our first and second box here. That actually just took up a super rare slot, so definitely some great value there. For pack 3, we have Dark Hole Dragon. I didn't know this was going to be an ultra rare. Can't be destroyed by card effects. Once and feels destroyed by card effect, it does not target it. You can special this card from the graveyard or hand. And if it's special summoned during the end phase, you can add a Dark Hole from your deck to your hand. Hilarious that you can search Dark Hole. I wonder how a card like that would be in older formats, like GOAT format. Let's go ahead and jump into our fourth pack here. We've already got a quarter century and an ultra rare. Snake Eye Birch. Okay, oh, and actually I should be setting you aside over here. Exceed and Trust. Nothing crazy there. On to pack number 5. We have Exceed the Pendulum. Again, really surprised to see that one as a super rare, and honestly very happy for the Pendulum players out there. So we have pack number 6 here, I think, which should be, well, let's see what we have here. We have Visas Samsara. He's back. In another iteration, in another world, in another life, it just keeps going and it never ends. The endless cycle of life and rebirth continues. I will say, I thought the Vsauce lore was neat when we were about 3 story arcs in, and now, I mean, I just know that the new stuff can end a turn, so, you know, that's where my feelings lie for that. But I know any one of the iterations of these cards are very strong, and I mean, at the end of the day, this is a level 4 tuner, so, you know, it can't be that bad, right? But absolutely awesome looking secret rare and a fine addition to the set. Pack number 7. We have Poissonnaire de Nouvelle. Pack number 8. That's Poissonnière, excuse me. Veda Calarcanum. So a lot of good luck to everybody out there with their translations for this set, by the way. This is one other way that things might get different at your locals, trying to keep on track of the pronunciations of some of these cards. I think this was pack number 9, and we have TG Glaive Blaster. I think this is the new boss monster for TGs here. Target a monster on the field, special summon the extra deck, banish it, and you can use it a number of times up to the number of non-tuner synchro monsters used as material for it. And once per turn, if a monster is banished face down, target one of them and special it to your field, ignoring its summoning conditions. So, just casual, you know, banish a bunch of cards and then mind control one of them. Pretty good, pretty strong, pretty nice, nice addition. I'm sure TG players might like that, or they might not. Honestly, I think the other big one that has the negate, I know that is the favorite or the preference. So maybe you don't even play that card. You probably do. Over to pack number 10 here. Got another switch point. Like to see that. Pack number 11. Tuna, Wings of Light, Wings of Light there. And our last pack, pack number 12, or box number 2. And we have a TG All Clear to wrap things up for us here. Well, we're 2 boxes in, and I am already over the moon for how we are doing here. This is super sick. But let's jump ahead and go see what other awesome things we can find in box number 3. And we are on to box number 3. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm over the moon for how things have been going so far. Surely we must be going to lose a little bit of steam here. I mean, after a quarter century, that's a pretty tough act to follow. But I will not be mad. I'm honestly excited and interested to see what other cards are in the high rarity slots at this point, because a lot of the standouts have already made themselves known here. So let's jump into our first pack on box number 3, starting with 12 packs on the right side. We've got a Fire Recovery for our super rare. Pack number 2. We have, let's see here, we have AXC's Armor Fortress. Okay, I think we're good to go on those for our play set, for our engine. Hoping to see some of those other cards that feed into it. Over to pack number 3. We have Vanadium Trisukta. Why, hello, long time no see. I will say your partner there on the other side of the table is a little more impressively dressed, but happy to see you nonetheless. And as expected, this card still looks absolutely awesome in Ultra. I believe this card's actually Kikalos, right? Kind of, I guess, reforged or reborn in a new, very cool combat-ready suit of armor. So absolutely beautiful cards in both of their rarities, for sure. Happy to see that. Over to pack number 4. That one opened right up like a banana. There we go. We have Starry Dragon Cycle. Pack number 5. We have Realm Elegy. Pack number 6. See what we have going on here. If there's anything interesting. We have a Imseti Glory of Horus. So remember that thing I said about us losing steam? That hasn't happened yet. This is one of the biggest pickups to find in this set. Absolutely very cool secret rare card. This is the Searcher for King Sarcophagus, that you discard it and another card from your hand, and then you search King Sarcophagus and also draw a card afterwards. So you basically just hand cycle resources. It can help you put stuff in the graveyard if you need it. Like, this card is incredible, and you will absolutely be seeing lots of it in the coming months here. So very insane pickup here. I'm already happy with this box, much less, it being our second high rarity pull here for the first side. I'm already happy with the box here. We got a Burning Dragon. That dragon do be on fire. to pack number 8 here. We have Canopic Protector. Pack number 9. We got Imseti and the card it searches on the right side here in box 3. That's awesome. I mean, that's the package right there. So really excited to see that. Let's quickly run through the last 3 packs here. Pack number 10. Beta Calarcanum. Pack number 11. And we have Happy. Okay, some more horror stuff. Awesome. And our last pack, pack number 12, is going to be a switch point to round things off. Well, that's awesome. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the left side for box number 3. And over to the left side, 12 packs for box number 3. Let's jump right in, starting things off with pack number 1. We have Seed Spitting Saplings. That's definitely not as exciting as some of the previous pack number 1s we've seen so far here today, but that's okay. Let's forget about that and move on to pack number 2, where we have a Snake Eye Ash. Okay, a lot more interesting, a lot more relevant, a lot more easy to look at. Pack number 3. A full armored Dark Knight Lancer, and this is the final piece of the new rank up engine support cards. Target an Xyz card in your graveyard, add it to your hand, and if equipped card becomes equipped to it, you can attach a monster your opponent controls to it as a material. And by the way, that is a non-targeting attach, which is one of the craziest forms of removal in this game. Absolutely incredibly strong card, and definitely a fantastic payoff for the new engine support cards there. So if you have a deck that happens to be able to run, you know, freely run about 4, I think, free extra deck slots for it, and maybe a couple of main deck. I don't even know if the cards are really bricks in the main deck. Maybe two cards in the main deck. It's honestly worth it for the type of disruption you get. And there's the other piece here, Xyz Armor Torpedo. Perfect. So we're getting the stack of stuff we need here. With pack number 5. Poissonnière de Nouvelle. Make sure I get my French right on that one. And pack number 6. Let's see what we have going on in this one. Survey says we have another Visa Samsara. Okay, awesome. So we're already on our way to getting our play set there. Definitely, I think for me so far, the highlight of box number 3 has absolutely been Imseti. Let's go ahead and see what we have in pack number 7 here. I will also say, Supreme King Gate Magician. That's actually a new one. This is another card that you definitely do play in the new Pendulum support version that runs the Supreme King stuff. But I will say, absolutely, Imseti, highlight for the box so far. Really happy to see it. Happy to see another King Sarcophagus. We're going to need 3 of those for sure. So definitely want to keep those coming. Wings of Light. Over to pack number, I think, 9. Yeah, we're on pack number 9 here. We have Vanquish Soul Jiaolong is a ultra rare, and I could not be happier to see that. They actually kept the rarity theming with the rest of the archetypes original release here. Okay, so I'm super hyped for this card. This is basically another absolutely awesome extender in Vanquish Soul that can summon itself for free when you use any of your Vanquish Soul's bullet effects. And it is a Searcher, if you have 2 fires, you can add any Vanquished Soul card from your deck to your hand. And yes, that's a quick effect. And yes, you can do it on your turn and your opponent's turn, even in their draw phase. So you can dodge certain hand traps. I think this card's super sick. I don't know if you play it as a 3-of. It's nice for attributes, but in testing, at the end of the day, this card can't summon itself, and he is a level 5, so, you know, you could run into some brick situations there. But overall, I love this card. So that's, honestly, behind him, Seti, that's probably a highlight for me for this box. So let's quickly round out the last 3 packs here. Over to pack number 10. Like we have a Synchro Rumble, pack number 11, we have a Exceed the Pendulum rounding on our playset there, and our last pack, pack number 12 for box number 3 is Exceeds Armor Fortress. So we actually pulled the whole engine there, the whole rank up engine. Cool. Well, excellent. I mean, that's a fantastic box number 3. Let's go ahead and wrap things up today and pass on over to our last box, box number 4. And we are here finally with our last box for today, box number 4. What a trip this has been, and an absolutely astounding introduction to Age of Overlord. Let's jump right in and see what we can round things off with today for our first 4 boxes of Age of Overlord opening, starting as always with 12 packs on the right side. Jump right on in with pack number 1. And we have a Baphomet, the Mythical King of Phantom Beasts. Okay, sounding familiar. I think we had that on our first pack for our first pack, so coming full circle. Oh no, we're part of the Vsauce lore. We have pack number 2, Sinful Spoils of Betrayal, Silvera. Ooh, that's really cool. We actually haven't seen this one yet, but very wild card artwork. Kind of taking a big munch out of a goo monster there or something. That's pretty cool. I know someone will have a 4-hour video essay explaining it, so it's fine. You can probably just go check that out if you want to learn more. But on to pack number 3 for now. Pack number 3, of course, doesn't want to open for us. There we go. Survey says, it is a Tistina, the divinity that defies darkness. I love the art on this card. It's super cool. Again, Tistina as an archetype as a whole, I'm holding on to it, honestly, in the hopes that in the future they do kind of, or people just are able to figure out a synergy that makes sense for. I think it's really neat, and honestly, it's a whole level 10 archetype, and those of you guys who've been following me for a while, you know there's a specific level 10 monster I like. He's covered in gold, and he makes people angry. A very interesting first pickup, another UR we haven't seen yet, so happy to see that there. Go into our 4th pack here. We have a Snake Eye Oak. Number 5. Popped right off. We have Overwhelm Elegy. Pack number 6. Let's see what we have going on here. Nice and easy, which is what we like to see, especially when we find out that it is a Snake Eyes Flameberg Dragon, or Flameberg Dragon. I'm pretty sure you do play that. You definitely do play it in pure Snake Eye. I think you actually do play it in the new engine. Maybe not. Maybe you play the Searcher cards. I'm not sure. I haven't actually investigated it much myself, but the card looks very cool. They continue to knock it out of the park with the art on the secret rares for this set, so very nice to see that. Over to pack number 7. We have Burning Dragon. This dragon's on fire. Pack number 8. We have our Ogdoadic Overlord. Pack number 9. is our second ultra rare, the original Sinful Spoils Snake Eye. Send one other face-up card you control to the graveyard, special level 5 fire monster from your hand or deck, then banish it, and you can target one of them and add a level 1 fire monster from your deck to your hand and place the target monster on the bottom of your deck. So great recursion, free special summon from deck. This is well, not free, it does cost a card, but it's a E-Telly for level 1 fire monsters. So, I mean, hey, you can see why this card comes up in Rescue Ace with the free Hydrant summon. So that's awesome. And I think we got 3 packs left here, so we'll quickly round things out here. We have Canopic Protector, pack number 11. The Seed Spitting Saplings playset completed. No, I'm not happy about it. And pack number 12 is Snake Eye Ash to round us out here. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and jump over to our last 12 packs for today for box number 4. And what a journey it has been today. We're on to our last 12 packs for box number 4. Let's go ahead and jump into things with pack number 1. Starting things off, we have a Synchro Rumble. Pack number 2. We have a Xyz Armor Torpedo. I believe that's our playset there. So we got just about everything we could possibly need for our sub-engine here. You'll also see that. Pack number 3. We have a TG Over Dragnar. Okay, we've seen this one before. Happy to see it again. Pack number 4. We have Happy as well, and I believe that's our Happy playset too. Oh, I should organize a little bit better here, right quick. There we go. Pack number 5. And it looks like we have a Starry Dragon Cycle. Over to pack number 6, and let's see if things get interesting here. Pack's falling apart on us. Take it easy. Take your time. Looks like we have a TG Rocket Salamander, another new TG support edition. This card is awesome. I know this is a big part of the combo star. It's a free tributes itself to special one from deck, which is very strong in TG, so huge way to get your combos kicked off. Very cool, and a new edition. We have in pack number 7. Supreme King Gate Magician. Pack number 8. Fire Recovery. Pack number 9. Survey says Divine Temple of the Snake Eye. When this card's activated, place a Snake Eye monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up at its owner's spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. So big searcher there, big addition to the Snake Eye archetype and a field spell. Happy to be able to find that one with Terraforming. That's a very good one. The search, the engine cards, like the spell cards for Snake Eye, are absolutely incredible. And again, their art is super cool. Very happy to see that one. And on to our last 3 packs here, just to quickly round things out. Pack number 10, Embrace of the Tistina. Pack number 11. Pack number 11 is Burning Dragon. Oops, wrong pile there. Our last pack, pack number 12. Survey says we have Canopic Protector to round things off for us today for our first 4 boxes of Age of Overlord. Well, guys, I will say this has been a very exciting first round of Age of Overlord. Super happy to see some of the polls that we were able to get today. Really excited and interested to see what we'll pick up next. But for that, you will all have to stay tuned for the next episode of our Yu-Gi-Oh! Unboxing, part number 2, hopefully coming very soon. But for now, that's going to be it for me for today, guys. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more awesome content like this in the future. And I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye-bye.